Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, Prayer of Heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Taka amahara ni kamusumarimasu. Kamurogi kamuro mino mikoto mochite. Sumemi oya kamuri zana gino mikoto. Tsukushi no rimuka no tachi hanamo. Odono agi halani misogi harai tamo. Toki ni narimaseru harai dono o kamitachi moro moro no magagoto tsumi kebare o harai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sugoto no yoshi o Amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomo yame no fuchi koma no mini kuritatete kikoshi meseto kashikomi mu maosu Miroku o mikami, maori tamae saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami, maori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami, maori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami, maori tamae saki hae tamae. Kannagara tamachi haimase. Kannagara tamachi haimase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan, and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified, as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
Meishu-sama, bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Guidance for living in this world. Those who can offer harmonious solutions to any problem or difficulty are loved and respected by all. People who do not neglect even the smallest unimportant matters prove to be those capable of accomplishing great deeds. Those who limit their vision and see only small, transitory things cannot perceive the way to great eternal truth. In our organization, we often use the expressions shoujo or daijo to represent the small view or the large view. But in reality, those who accomplish great things do so by paying attention to even the smallest details. If you think only on a grand scale without concern for the little things, you end up in failure. It is good to have big ideas, but the small ones are just as necessary. If you neglect small matters, you cannot achieve big goals. So I say, you have to be shoujo and daijo at the same time. You cannot be exclusively one or the other. It is not good to adhere either to the right or to the left. You have to be balanced. If you think you have to act a certain way, then you are already biased.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service. In our prayers today, we elevate our thoughts for the victims of the rains in Petropolis, Rio de Janeiro area, where more than 100 people perished, and there are many, more than 100 accounted for. So we'll keep praying for those victims. And talking about Rio today, I had a faith experience from the Rio de Janeiro, from Barra Mansa, of João Luiz Castilhos. João Luiz, now 77 years old, returned to Brazil in 2019 after living in another country for a while. He faced financial problems that presented him with many worries. He was unable to sleep well, lived in anguish, and in a continuous state of anxiety. João Luiz exhibited intolerance of others, which hurt his relationships deeply. In October of 2020, while visiting a friend who resided in a nearby city, he observed her with her hand uniquely extended towards another person. Inquiring as to what it was about, she explained that it was a prayer called Johrei and gave João Luiz a brief explanation. He asked if she could channel it to him as well, and so he received his first Johrei. Afterwards, feeling very good, he wanted to know more about our church. His friend gave him the address of a Johrei center in the city where he was living, so he could continue receiving Johrei. Upon visiting the center, he was very warmly received and was given Johrei. He also learned more about our principles. On average, João Luiz received Johrei 3 times a week. Gradually, he noticed significant changes in himself. He had begun to sleep better and was certainly more relaxed and tolerant of others. João Luiz was able to soon enjoy a retirement package, which provided him with a much more comfortable economic condition and helped eliminate any financial worries. With all these positive changes, He wanted to deepen his knowledge about Meishu-sama's teachings, and he joined classes centered on our basic principles and practices. João Luiz came to understand the purification process, the reality of the spiritual world, and the nature of relationships existing with our ancestors. He awakened to the importance of becoming a useful instrument to the divine work. He was blessed to receive the sacred focal point of Hikari in January of 2021. Today, João Luiz participates in Johrei gatherings, cleaning dedications, and monthly services. Additionally, he channels Johrei at home and to neighbors in the building where he lives. Currently, thanks to God, Meishu-sama, and his ancestors, he feels well balanced spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially. His commitment is to be more useful in the construction of paradise on earth, sharing Johrei with as many people as possible. Thank you very much for attending this morning service, for listening to this experience to its very end. I wish you a wonderful day.
This brings to a conclusion our morning service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we wish you a very blessed day.